Hey everyone, it's Desy Cheng, and today I'm going to be comparing three of the biggest brands for an outdoor camera backpack. We do have the Shimoda, we have PGYTECH, as well as we have Peak Design. And there is one clear winner in my opinion. So watch this video to find out, what all the differences and the features are, and hopefully it will help you decide which one is going to be right for you. Full disclosure, I purchased all three brands on Kickstarter by myself, except for this PGYTECH Flex. They sent me this one, but I did buy this one, and this one. They did ask me to do a dedicated YouTube review about this bag right here, which I'm going to do in another video. So for this video itself, they don't get to see it before it gets published. I'm not getting paid. However, I do get to keep this bag. And also, just to let you know that I will also be doing in another video a direct comparison between the this Flex as well as the Focus with an X, and that will be in another video. And also in this video, I'm going to be talking more so about the Flex compared to these two other bags, and that's just because I feel like this one's a little bit more comparable versus this one right here. Also, one other thing before I kind of get into this comparison is I'm not really going to be comparing them again about the sizing, just because it's kind of unfair. They're not evenly matched, and their sizing is way out to lunch on each one of these ones. So for example, this is the Shimoda 30 liter. This is the PGYTECH 30 liter, but this one is significantly larger than this one. So if this was a true 30 liter, this is probably more like a 35 to 40 liter. And then also this is the PGYTECH 25 liter, and this 25 liter is bigger than this 30 liter. So I feel like this one is more like a 40 to 50 liter-ish. It's kind of messed up. And then this is also the Peak Design 25 liter, but this is significantly way smaller. And I feel like this is more of a 20 to 25 liter size bag. So yeah, so I'm not gonna be talking about sizing. I'm just gonna be talking mainly about the features and what they each have to offer. One other note before we also dive into this comparison is that this Peak Design, I understand that it is more meant primarily as an outdoor hiking, climbing backpack, and a photo camera backpack as a secondary item. Now I know that's already kind of unfair compared to these ones, but I still wanted to just throw it in there because Peak Design is a big brand. It's an outdoor backpack, and they do still market it that you can put camera gear in here. So I'm still going to include this one in this comparison, but please don't, get all angry and upset with me, when I, tell you that this one is not that great compared to these guys. Starting off with price, the Peak Design starts off at $320 US. This is $350 US. This is $356 US. And this one over here is the most expensive at $385 US. And all of them include kind of a medium-sized camera cube. Next, we're going to talk about how it stands up on its own. These three bags right here, they all are able to stand up on its own no matter what the weight distribution is, just because they have a nice flat, hard bottom. This one right here, the Peak Design, it is slightly slanted forward. So if you have any kind of heavy item into that kind of middle, it does tend to kind of lean forward and fall straight forward. So yeah, it doesn't really 100% stand up on its own. Next up, let's talk about comfort. These PGYTECH camera backpacks are like a 10 out of 10 comfort. If you've seen my other videos on my channel, I love the Osprey backpacks. The Osprey backpacks, they have this air mesh back panel, and this one kind of ups the ante because there's more cushioning, more air ventilation. It's just super duper comfortable, and your back doesn't get sweaty, and so these ones are amazing. Now, looking at the Shimoda, this one's kind of second place right here. It's a very comfortable strap. Now, these are not the straps that originally come with it. They had a little bit beefier. I switched them out, but they're relatively the same in terms of comfort. So these straps are really good, very comfortable backpack overall, and I'll give this probably like a 9 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10. They're really good. Now looking at in terms of the Peak Design, now it is comfortable, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't have the same amount of air ventilation and cushiness compared to these bags right here. So in terms of comfort, I'll probably give it more of like a 7.5-ish. It's good, but it's not amazing compared to these guys. Next up, the capture clip compatibility. So that's that quick access thing that you have on your strap for a camera. The Peak Design has one. The PGYTECH one, they have a couple slots, on this side of the strap. There's 2 different slots as well. They actually have a few slots on the hip belt as well. This is kind of where the Shimoda falls short. There's no compatibility for a Peak Design or a Ulanzi or whatever PGYTECH capture clip. It just doesn't really work that way. You can kind of figure it out some other way, but for the most part, it wasn't designed to have a capture clip on here. Next up, let's talk about the waist belt. For the Peak Design, you're gonna have to purchase one in addition, so it doesn't really come with it. The PGYTECHs are friggin' amazing. I mean, just look at the cushiness, look how thick it is, the air ventilation. Overall, it's just a very, very comfortable ride. And then the only negative about it is that these are not removable, whereas the Peak Design, they are removable. When you're looking at the Shimoda right here, they are removable. And I kind of took them off, and it did come with them, I think, can't remember. But I have them somewhere in storage. But yeah, they are removable, they're okay. But these, again, these ones right here are like a 10 out of 10. But I'll take a point off because they're not removable, so it becomes more like a 9 out of 10. Next up, we're going to talk about the top grab handle. I'd have to say the best one right here is definitely the Shimoda. It's got a nice kind of more of a flat shape to it, and you can it's comfortable. It's nice and spacious. It's just cushy as well. I give it a pretty much almost a 10 out of 10 for the Shimoda. These PGYTECH ones, they're a little bit more round shape. I wish it was more of a flat shape, and they don't have that same cushiness as you find with the Shimoda. So these ones are good, but no, they're not great. So I'll kind of give these ones maybe like an 8 out of 10. And then when you are looking at the Peak Design, this is probably the worst grab handle, one of the worst grab handles I have seen in any backpack. It's made of that corded material, and it kind of feels like, you know, when you have those paper bags that are kind of quartered, they hurt your hands. And especially when you're when it's an outdoor backpack, you want something that's gonna be comfortable like that. I don't like this at all. This is the worst one ever. I'm gonna give this a 2 out of 10. So bad job, Peak Design, on this one. So next up, we're gonna be talking about the side quick access. So let's start off with the Shimoda. Shimoda, they do all of their bags on the right-hand side of the bag. I personally naturally swing my backpack to my left hand, so I don't like this. It works, and I know that Ian from Shimoda posted a video that's saying it's like way faster to do it on your right or left, but nope, BS. I did a test where I did it on my right and my left, and it was honestly around the same. And to be honest, it kind of comes down to personal preference. Some guys just naturally swing it on the right, and some guys switch it on their left. I like to do it on my left. You know, Peak Design actually, for their everyday backpack, the original one and the V2, they actually, you know, they can do it on both sides, and I feel like that was the right way to go, because then you're kind of catering to both markets, people who do it left or the right. But for this one, it's okay. It's not bad. So I would, you know, it's good. It's decent. It's 8 out of 10 kind of thing. That the PGYTECHs, look how massive it is. It is wide. It is girthy. It is insane. And for this one, I would give it like a 10 out of 10. The Peak Design outdoor backpack does not have a quick access side pocket, so it gets a 0 out of 10. One other note for this PGYTECH Focus, it does also have an additional quick access on the top, so you can actually grab your camera from the top as well. Next up, the water bottle pockets. All 4 of these bags have a dual water bottle pocket thing, so you can put 2 water bottles or an umbrella in one and water bottle, or a tripod in one and water bottle in the other. The Shimoda one is slightly different because you have to kind of deploy it. It's kind of hidden inside a pocket, and you got to deploy it only when you need it. I wish it was kind of integrated. I do like it when it's integrated. They all fit a 32-ounce Nalgene, which is large enough, which I really do like, which is a great thing. I really like the how easy and stretchy and wide the PGYTECH ones are. They're just massive. But secondary to that, I do actually like the Peak Design ones because they're so tall. So you can fit a larger water bottle in there. It's super stretchy. So I feel like Peak Design has done an excellent job with the water bottle pockets on this backpack. Next up, let's talk about external carry. So let's say if you want to carry an extra yoga mat and helmet and things like that, they all kind of have this the capacity to do that. I mean, like for example, let's start with the Peak design right here. It comes with a bunch of extra cords, and there's tons of areas where you can lash on and you know, you can attach things to the front, to the side, to the bottom. So you know, that's pretty good. A great job, Peak design for that. For the PGYTECH, this one, it's got this one kind of massive stash pocket in the front, but for you just kind of put anything that you want. But again, you can just kind of loop things in underneath this strap as well. So if you had like a yoga mat or something like that, you can just kind of loop it through the top right here. This PGYTECH, the Flex, also has a corded area here which you can remove, but if you had larger things you can put there, you can hang things from the side, you can hang things from the bottom. It does have a place right here, so if you had some ski poles or some hiking poles, you can put it through here. It also has a top compartment, so you can feed something through this top area because it's kind of like a roll top. So I would have to say that in terms of the external, oh yeah, well, sorry, Shimoda, it doesn't have too much external carry options. I mean, it does have latch points that you can kind of connect to different straps and stuff, so you totally can put something in the front, but it doesn't have that top kind of area, so you can, you know, hang something from the here, or here. You just can't do that with the the Shimoda. So in terms of external carry, I will have to say that this PGYTECH Flex is the best out of all of them, but these other two bags also have a capacity to do something similar. So next, a bonus feature about both of these two bags right here, the PGYTECHs, is that they actually have a dedicated gimbal pocket. It is just in this front right here. You just got to unzip it, and same thing with this one. It's kind of behind this large stash pocket, but it's a dedicated gimbal pocket. So that's great because you can throw your gimbal in there, but you still have room to throw a jacket in there, and as well as all of your other cameras and camera lenses and other accessories. Also, just one additional feature of the PGYTECH Flex, One Pro Flex, it does have a external kind of tripod foot pocket. So if you did have a large, longer items, you can kind of put it through here. None of these other bags have that. The only bag that has it is this one. Now we're going to talk about the reinforced bottom of the bag. The only one that doesn't have it is the Peak design. The Peak design one, whatever material you have in this front side right here is essentially the same on this bottom. So, you know, it's got this little shiny-ish rubbery type material. So it's fine. I mean, it's going to do most things. But what I really like about like these other three bags is if you look at the bottom right here, it's got a different material that is more rugged and just more durable. And so if you're gonna set it down into rocks and different things like that, I feel like these bags are gonna do a much better job just not tearing or, you know, things like that. Next, we're gonna talk about quick access external pockets for small accessories. Now, this is like, you know, if you wanna have wet wipes, granola bars, things are easy to grab, pens and whatnot. We're gonna start off over here with the Peak design. The Peak design has two kind of vertical stash pockets right up here, but I will have to say it's kind of tight. So if you're gonna be putting sunglasses, things like that, it's gonna get squished. So although it does have two quick access pockets, they're not the greatest. It's just too small and too tight. When you are looking at this PGYTECH Focus backpack, the only area is just this one side pocket, and you have some space for some small accessories, but not a lot. So I'd have to say that this might be the loser out of the four. And then when you are going off into this PGYTECH Flex backpack, there's actually, I really like it, but because it has this one zippered pocket that is just massive, and you have another pocket right here, so you can put all your granola bars and things like that in this top stash pocket. And in addition, it does have that same kind of quick access side pocket on this one side for your other accessories. And then I would have to say the winner though for small items and quick access is the Shimoda. The Shimoda, you have this kind of top area right here. You have another pocket right here. And you also have another third pocket right here. And then also you have this other pocket just on the side right here. So lots of different kind of options that you can do with the Shimoda. So next up, we're gonna be talking about accessing your main camera compartment, and that's with the back zipper. So let's start off with the Peak design. So the Peak design opens up just like this. And again, if you look at it, this is probably one of the smallest, I would have to say the smallest of all of these camera cubes. And yeah, you have a little bit of space up here for your personal items. And then you can kind of put your camera gear here. You can also fit a smaller camera cube up at the top if you want to expand your camera space or get one of those larger ones. And now the one thing I have to talk about the Peak design and what I don't like is this right here. And now again, I know it's an outdoor backpack and it's meant to carry like a water bladder, not a laptop. You can fit a laptop in here, they advertise it, but there's absolutely zero padding. It's just nothing. It's just a very, very thin material. So if you did have camera gear right here, it's probably might damage your laptop that's in here. So that is one thing I really don't like about the Peak design backpack. Now, moving along, this is the PGYTECH Focus. Now this is different because all these other ones have camera cubes that kind of go into it, so you can take the camera cubes up and it can just become a regular outdoor backpack. This one is more it's more like just a regular camera backpack, and it's massive. This is going to be the biggest volume right here for you to throw your FX6 or Canon C70 or larger cameras like that, and have a billion areas for lenses. And then on the opposite side, I really like this because you have this pocket right here, and you have a padded tablet as well as a laptop sleeve. So I really, really like it. So I think this is the best design for tablet or laptop between all of the bags. Now, moving along over here to the Flex, you know, this one's these two are slightly different because they actually open to the side. And I actually like this a little bit better, and the reason is because when you're kind of opening these up like that, sometimes your camera gear or your laptop will fall out, and it kind of takes up more table space, whereas this one kind of doesn't take up as much. And actually, if you think about it, it actually uses less zippers, so it's actually slightly faster to open and close your bag. It has the exact same kind of laptop design right here, so you can kind of put your tablet or your laptop, and I really, really do like that. This is the medium camera cube, and the one thing that is kind of different about this one is it has this extra padding right here. So you could fold this kind of underneath it, but the problem is it has these hook and anchors right here to keep that cube in place. So you can't, if you're going to use those hooks, you know, this flap has to kind of just be here. So unfortunately, that's just one thing. And yeah, so this is kind of what the space that you have. And again, this is like the medium size. So if you can, in my other video, I'll show you like the large size, or you can fit like this medium plus a small one. So that's just kind of like what it looks like on the PGYTECH. Now moving on to the Shimoda right here, similar, it kind of opens off to the side, and it has this kind of laptop compartment. Now it does not have a separate sleeve for a tablet, which is unfortunate, but you can actually put the tablet in the front of the bag, and there's no way to secure it, no Velcro strap or anything like that. So your laptop could fall out, but that's only if you're having it upside down. But I think this is fine. And then yeah, just like this camera area right now. So definitely this PGYTECH camera cube is slightly larger. You can fit a little bit more gear compared to this one right here. Anyways, if you are interested to see what I'm going to be unboxing next and reviewing next, follow me on Instagram and watch my Instagram stories, as I always kind of post my unboxing videos there. So do that. But anyways, let's kind of wrap this video up and summarize, you know, my thoughts about which camera outdoor backpack is going to be the best one. And this is just my personal opinion, but I feel like the best one by far is going to be this PGYTECH One Pro Flex. It literally checks almost all of the boxes. And if you're comparing between this Focus as well, or trying to figure out between the Focus and this one, I will do a video later on, but I feel like I like this one better than this bag. And then when you're comparing, now we're talking about the Peak design here. Now and again, it's a little bit unfair because it's not supposed to be a camera backpack. It's more of an outdoor hiking climber's backpack. But I'm just kind of throwing it in here. This one, not a huge fan of, so I'm probably gonna get rid of that bag. And then when we are talking about the Shimoda right here, it is, I really like it. To be honest, I don't like their new Urban Explorer backpack. Kind of sucks. I have a YouTube video on that one, which explains why. But I really do like this one. And this was a little bit more minimalistic. If you're gonna go on a light hike, I would actually choose this backpack. It's kind of good. But if you are someone who's gonna be going outdoors and wants to go hardcore for a lengthy period of time, the one that's gonna save your back and the most comfortable one is gonna be this one. It has everything. You can expand it as well. Oh yeah, I forgot even to show you. There's one other additional cool part is because it's kind of a roll top. You can expand it, I don't know, an extra like 10 liters or something like that by throwing things in here, so you can have this huge vertical bag up here. Yeah, those are just my personal thoughts. And I would love to hear your thoughts, or maybe if you guys have suggestions of other outdoor camera backpacks, leave them in the comments below. But anyways, if you like this video and you want to see me do more comparisons just like this, please like and subscribe, and definitely don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Desy31.